Your waters?
It's unopened. I have not.
Good.
You sure?
He's a big germaphobe guy, so
I'm the same way.
So I wouldn't blame you if you didn't want, but it's unopened.
But it's dasani though.
You don't drink that?
You know how they feel about that in the building.
How do they feel?
They don't feel too good about that.
That's Tre Brown, by the way, for those of you listening who's joining us. Good to talk to you, man. I was just telling Dave, we were talking about the preseason games, and I'm always not certain how much I should put into a player who looks really good or he didn't look so good because it's preseason.
Right.
I said, man, Tre looked really good in this last game, but I don't want to get too excited because how much do you put into preseason performance?
I put in a lot, you know what I mean? Every day you go out there, like I say, every day is an interview. You know, you got to go out there and put your best foot forward because, you know, at the end of the day, that's who you are. You know what I'm saying? Whether you step on the field or not, you know, it's just the same way as if you go out there, if you're injured, you know what I mean? That doesn't matter. That's who you are. You know what I mean? So it's just like when I go out there, lace up my cleats, you know, I'm going out there to play the best.
Tre, does it feel like, you know, do you look at that corner room, or you guys probably with the DBs, you know, the safeties and stuff, but does it feel like, hey, we've got a lot of talent here, man?
Of course, you know, we're talented top to bottom. You know, there's no drop-offs anywhere. You know, we got a lot of talented guys who could be starters anywhere, you know, and so that's the good thing about it. You know, main thing we got to do is just stay healthy, and I feel like when we go out there, we're one of the best tandems in the league.
Yeah.
You came back last year from injury. The guys we've talked to in the past about injury, it always feels like it seems like the common theme is, yeah, physically I was fine. It was up here, me, except I could cut. I could do the things I could do before. How was that process for you, the mental part of it, trusting that I can do everything I could do before?
I mean, yeah, that took a while for me, honestly. It took longer than I expected. You know, you always think you're ready for things until you get out there and everything's just like flying bullets out there, you know, and it's like, every day we do this thing, we play football every day, so a lot of these things you do is muscle memory. So, you know, you're building muscle on top of not being out there to perform, so everything just felt kind of new out there, you know. So I had to take my time and be patient with that.
Tre, you're the first player where my favorite thing that you did during the game was the interview afterwards. Seriously, Pittsburgh, when you played in Pittsburgh, you played a really good game.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
But the way you went through it, like, it made me think he really understands the game. Like, you process things. It seems like you're able to really slow things down.
Of course, you know, that's one thing about it. You know, you could have all the time in the world, but if you don't know what you're doing, then, yeah, you know, it's like you're nothing out there. So what I like to do is, you know, when I'm preparing myself, I like to pay attention to the details, what everybody likes to do, you know, even the things that they don't like to do. You know what I'm saying? So you got to go out there, break it down. What's the most least thing that they run? X, Y, Z. Who's the gadget guy? Who's this and that? So I like to break film down like that.
He's the thinking man's corner.
I like it. Yeah. I like it. And that's if there's a silver lining to anybody being hurt, that we've heard the consistent theme there is that I was able to kind of remove myself. I knew I wasn't going to play, so I could watch the game differently.
Right.
Then, hey, I could be in the next play or what have you. Did you gain any different insight from watching it from that perspective?
Of course, you know, and also, you know, being around Maul, you know, me and Maul talked all the time. We're like really close, and so he was teaching me a lot of things about the games that, you know, maybe I'm always a listening ear. So whatever, you know what I'm saying, whatever he's got to give me, I'm always good to, you know, learn from those guys. Because at the end of the day, I don't think I know it all. You know what I'm saying? There's always more you can learn, and that's what I like. That's what I like about myself, is I'm willing to learn.
Were you talking about Jamal Adams?
Yeah, Jamal Adams.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to make sure, because, yeah, I've heard that, you know, he's really a good team guy and he's not participating. Hey, I want to ask you, is this Bobo kid for real?
Oh, he's for real.
Because he runs like a 4.95 40 or something. It doesn't seem to matter.
That does not matter at all. The guy can move as quick as anybody, you know, and he can change direction, and it's crazy. And it's like, yo, this guy's, you hear about him once, and then, you know what I'm saying, you hear about him the next day, and it's like those days turn into weeks. And so, you know, this guy's consistent, so that means he's definitely for real. He get out there and make those plays, and it's like nobody's surprised because that's who he is in practice.
Is that route running? Is that just being that precise? Or what separates a guy who's maybe not as fast as other receivers, but clearly is, to this point, effective?
Definitely route running. He's strong at the catch point. He has really good hands. He can catch the ball. You know, and he's just a hustler. He's a guy who's willing to go get who's going to go get it.
Hey, what are do you look at your running mates like Michael Jackson? I feel like he has old school toughness, kind of, and like I love the way he responded. Same with you. You get a number 5 pick at your position, and it's like, yeah, okay, now I'm going to step my game up instead of whining about it or whatever. Both of you guys have just stepped up and just been. But what are some of the traits from your running mates there at corner that you like?
I like Mike Jack. He's very, he's a pro. I've said this before. He's always the first one in, last one out. That's a guy, what I'm saying, who's willing to pay attention to detail and get the job done. And same with Dev. I like Dev because he's like a machine. He's willing to stick his nose anywhere and everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's good to have guys who have different mindsets, but also just tough at the same time. Reek's a guy who's going to go get the ball, man. We have a lot of skill in our room, and it's just like, man, it's hard to choose from that.
Has he officially changed his name to Reek now instead of Tariq?
We've been calling him Reek, but everybody outside call him Reek now, so I guess so.
Because they actually changed his name on the roster to.
Well, I guess it's official then.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
So I was like, all right, is this official or?
He's just like me because my name is not Trey. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
So I think I'm gonna change my name back to Reginald now. I think I'm getting to that age now where
Trey sounds too young.
I feel like a Reginald now.
Yeah, but are people gonna call you Reggie?
I like Reginald. It's more, fancy.
Sophisticated.
Reginald, yeah, you do sound sophisticated. Hey, there was I don't know, it was like people were talking about on the internet that there should be a statue of you outside of AT&T Stadium because of Big 12 championship plays. So, see if I'm right here. 2018 was the safety sack,
right? Correct.
Texas. 2019 was the game-saving tackle against Baylor.
Correct.
Which was like the guy was like, he was gone, except for you. You tackled him, and then you guys, you held him there, and then you got the interception it's off of Brock Purdy, right?
Brock Purdy, yeah.
Iowa State.
See that guy this year.
Yeah, so 3 years in a row, you make game-saving plays in the Big 12 championship game.
It's just something about, I don't know if I'm just close to the logo, I go crazy or something like that. I'm not really sure, Where you see a star, that's where I'm going to show up, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, it's like I said before, man, before the injury, I just had all the confidence in the world that I'd be one of those dominant players in the league. I've showed it, I've showed it before. And it's like, you deal with things, a lot of people just want to write you off too soon, but it's like, you got to have faith in yourself and know who you are as a player. Yeah. And that's what I kept. I've always kept faith in myself and know who I am as a player. So I'm not surprised that I'm coming back to get back in my groove and make these plays again.
Do you have a preference in terms of where you're playing? We were talking to Kobe Bryant. He was a nickel guy, and then they got him at safety. He's been an outside guy. I mean, it seems like everybody, for the most part, is kind of interchangeable. What about you? Yeah,
I don't have a problem. I mean, I like my skill set. I can, I can cover big guys, little guys. You want me to cover the left, the right, the slot. I mean, I can do it all. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I like about myself. That's what I like about these guys. You know what I'm saying? You got guys you can move anywhere. So, I mean, depth isn't a problem anywhere. So, I mean, that's what I like about it.
Trey, how do you like Seattle, and what do you do off the field? Have you gone out and explored a little bit?
It depends. Usually, season's over with, I go back home. But when I'm here, I never leave the house. When I get home, it's just like, it's lights off. 6 p.m., I'm in the bed already. I'm not.
Goodness.
I like to go eat and find new things. I haven't went fishing yet. I do like going fishing, but I haven't went to go fish and I like hiking. So, but I haven't done those things, so haven't found a partner. We
got to get our listeners on the case for a restaurant.
Oh, the food, yeah. What kind of food do you like, Trey?
I like pasta. I like Chinese food for sure. I've been to a lot of Chinese food places out here. Yeah. Hibachi's my number one though.
Hibachi, okay. Yeah. Texters 866-979-3776, Mac and Jack's text line, and I'll get a compilation of recommendations and bring it to you on the team plane.
Appreciate you. That's
there
big.
We go.
I would love that.
In bed by 6.
6. My body. I need to.
What time do you get up?
About 6. 6. I'm not asleep at 6. I probably shut my eyes around 10, but the body shut off at 6.
Okay.
Yeah. Body is shut down.
You're disciplined. I like that.
Got to be.
You watching television when you go to sleep? What,
A little bit.
What shows you watching?
I watch a little anime. I like Impractical Jokers.
Oh, okay.
That's my comfort show right there. If you ever seen it, those guys are funny.
Oh, yeah. We
I
just
could
saw
watch
them
that.
at the Climate Pledge Arena.
Oh, really? They were here? When?
Yeah. What was it, about 3 months ago?
2 or 3 months ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I did not know that. I would have definitely been in there if I would have known that.
Well, I mean, it was after 6 p.m. though. Trey. You didn't sleep.
Yeah, I'm in the bed at that time. I wouldn't have known that. I probably would have changed it back a little bit for those guys.
For one night. For one night.
All right.
Well, man, we're excited to see you out there, man.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
glad you're healthy, and this is going to be. You look great in
Yes,
the
sir.
game last weekend. So we can't wait to see you out there, man.
Yes, sir.
Thanks so
Thank you,
much
guys.
for coming by.
Of course. Thank you, guys.
There you
Yes,
go,
sir.
Tre Brown, man,
Yes,
one of
sir.
our favorites.
Yes, sir.
And this is going to be a lot of fun watching this secondary this season. It's a lot to look forward to.